we are. Welcome everybody to Enough to Stay Dangerous podcast. So I get it. Life gets in the way. My co-hosts are not here today because, as I said, life gets in the way. So it's a solo show. You're stuck with me. We're still going to play the game. I created a game for today. It is a little trivia, I guess. So, you know.
Shall we play a game?
Yeah, we're going to play a little game. You can play at home, of course. You can actually, if you look on our website, showing right here below, you can actually play the game yourself. It's called the Slang Glossary. Yes, I created it myself. It's not the greatest name. I get that. But what I've done is I've gone through the internet, the interwebs, so to speak, and I created anywhere from, well, I think it's about 190 slang terms from the 80s until 2026. I'm going to show everybody here. But before we do that, let's go ahead and get our sponsors spoken to and out of the way. That way we can continue on with the show like normal. So once again, Switch Mobile, no hidden fees, no credit check. You can see it right down here at the bottom. No background check, nationwide 5G network, full coverage, plan start at $25 a month, pay as you go, or you can even do $50 a month, full in, full coverage, 12 gigs of data. So we're going to go ahead and play our little game. Let me go ahead and share my screen. And I'm getting messages. They're going to have to wait because, oh, yeah. So this is actually the game. It's up here on our website. Let me go ahead and pull it up. And I should probably switch to this. Nope, we're going to switch to this one. It's loading, taking forever. I don't know why. Maybe not. Wow, there it goes. It's the screen glossary. This is our website, FCA Service and Counseling Service. I always want to say services. I don't know why. But yeah, slang glossary from the 1980 all the way to 2026. And I've actually built this in a way where there's literally different voices. It is all in English, even though it does say Spanish and German and all that fun stuff. But when you play a different language, it will actually just use that accent. And it's not a great accent. And of course, you can adjust the speed of talk. We got it cranked up here. I have them all hidden. And we're going to go with the first one. So the first one is, of course, rad. And should be able to hear it here.
Radical/rad.
So rad. Of course, if you grew up in the 80s, you know what that means. It was popular in 1980 through 89. And of course, let's go ahead and see the definition.
Radical/rad. Excellent, impressive, awesome. Borrowed from surfer slang, it migrated into Valley Girl speak and mainstream U.S. youth culture. Ninja Turtles cemented it for a generation.
100%. The Ninja Turtle reference I found hilarious. Sorry. Rad is one of those words. I mean, they made a movie called Rad. Next one is gnarly.
Nolly.
From 1980 to 1990, sorry.
Nolly. Originally surf/skate slang for something dangerously difficult. Evolved to mean disgusting or awesome depending on context. One of the earliest context flip slang words.
There you go. So next one is, this is one of my favorites, grody to the max.
Grody to the max. Grody to the max. Disgusting, revolting, gross. A Valley Girl staple. To the max intensified anything. Possibly from grotesque. You know, some of these, the definitions, you know, they're directly from the internet. I mean, you can actually see the origins of like San Fernando Valley. Some of these I learned that I thought I knew, but I was wrong. So wrong. I know there's a way to make that bigger. Let's go to the next one. Well, helps if you scroll up here.
Wastoid.
Wasoid. A worthless, demented person. Someone whose drug and alcohol abuse is ruining their life. Popularized by The Breakfast Club, 1985.
There it is. Breakfast Club. I love that movie. 83 to 91. Once again, facts. Spaz. From 80 to present. I don't know about anybody, you guys, but I do not use spaz on a regular basis. So people that do, okay.
Spaz. An erratic, clumsy, or hyperactive person. Derived from spastic. Considered ableist in the UK but used casually in US teen culture for decades.
There it is. US teen culture. Interesting. Oddly enough, Origins is the UK or the US. I did not pull that. Dweeb. For me, I technically got this one wrong when somebody asked. It's not as bad as I thought it was.
Dweeb. A studious, socially awkward person. Nerdier than a nerd, less aggressive than a geek. A gentle insult with no lasting sting.
Yeah, a gentle insult. I can't say I've ever been called a dweeb. So, next one is bodacious. This is one of my favorites. From 80 to 88, and of course, The Origin, of course, one of my favorite movies.
Bodacious. Audaciously excellent, also used to describe a curvaceous woman's figure. Blend of bold and audacious. Bill and Ted made it iconic.
Bill and Ted. Obviously, it was Bill and Ted, the second one, the sequel, Bill and Ted's Bodacious Journey. Was it Bodacious? Actually, it was Bogus. I apologize. Nose Candy. This is a drug one. I'm not a big drug guy, so please, if you're seeing this and you think I'm wrong, please let me know.
Nose candy. Cocaine. A humorous euphemism referencing drugs' method of consumption, snorting. Used widely during the cocaine boom of the 1980s.
Yeah, I have heard that term. I've never used it. This next one is a term I've never heard or used. Colombian Bam Bam. Obviously, it's cocaine, but I've never heard it.
Colombian Bam Bam. Cocaine, specifically high-purity Colombian product. References the country of origin and uses onomatopoeia to evoke the drug's rapid, intense effects.
There it is. Adam. This one I've never heard. I mean, my brother's name's Adam, but that doesn't count. But yeah.
Adam. MDMA/ecstasy. Named to connote a primordial man in a state of innocence, the name was coined by early users in the therapeutic and underground rave scenes.
I've heard ecstasy, people call it X and things like that. I've never heard it called Adam. I get it. It's like, it's slang for a reason, but I've never heard it. And I'm 45 years old. So vitamin K.
Vitamin K. Ketamine, an anesthetic used recreationally. Called Vitamin K in the underground club scene of the 1980s, later became Special K in 1990s rave culture.
There's a reason I used AI to actually find the terms and the definitions, because, like I said, I'm not a drug guy, so it could be lying for all I know. It's obviously not. I mean, it's got the origins here. Underground club scene in the 80s. But vitamin K, I've heard Special K, but geek or geeker?
Geek/geeker. Someone addicted to crack cocaine, also the act of obsessively seeking the drug. Geeking out meant being visibly high or frantically craving more. Predates the tech culture reclamation of geek.
Yeah, I, of course, once again, not a drug guy, but geeking out, was always like, oh, he's geeking out about that game or car or whatever. That's where I always got the reference. I never realized it was a cocaine reference. So there you go. Fiending or fiending. This one I, of course, know, but I didn't realize it was a drug culture. Again.
Fiending / fiending. To intensely crave something, originally specifically drugs. A fiend craved crack compulsively. Now used broadly, I'm fiending for pizza. Roots in Black American vernacular.
That's an interesting way to put it, Black American vernacular. Yeah. This one, the Hummer. Okay, obviously it's a sex reference. If you don't know what a Hummer is, you probably never had one. But the definition here, I found interesting for the simple fact it is what's the word for it? It's yeah, so the cell phone thing, Sarah, if you want to go ahead and I'll actually, I think I have a link here. I do not. I should. But let me go ahead and throw it up here while you're asking about it. I have thought I had an overlay. I do. Well, that's my link tree. Let me go ahead and throw it up here for you. That way you can see it. I have it here somewhere. I just need to figure out where I put it. I have only 400,000 files to go through. Here. Here we go. So let me go ahead and load that, and I'll throw it up so you can actually see it. We'll go over. There it is. Go ahead and scan that real quick, Sarah. You can go directly to our website at switchmobile.com and go ahead and check it out. Once again, 5G network, the whole 9 yards. With the QR code that you see in front of you, you will get your first 2 months for free. So, yeah, go ahead and check that out. If you need more time on that, Sarah, let me know, and I'll go ahead and throw it back up. On to Hummer, as I was talking about. The definition is interesting.
Hummer. Oral sex performed on a man, specifically with a humming sound. Predates the Military Vehicle Association but was largely displaced by it in popular consciousness after 1992.
So there you go. You know, it predates the vehicle, which I thought it was named after the vehicle, but okay. Boink. Another sex term. Also interesting definition, actually.
Boink. To have sex with someone. A comically euphemistic verb used in 1980s sitcoms and teen movies to discuss sex without saying anything explicit. So yeah,
I didn't realize that was a 80s sitcom term. Sitcom term. Wow, words are hard. We used to use it as kids, you know, not that we knew what sex was when you were, my age back then in the 80s. But I guess it was a workaround for 80s sitcoms to talk about sex with getting around censors and stuff. Noob or newbie.
Newbie / noob. A newcomer, especially someone inexperienced in a community or game. The earliest recorded use on an online forum dates to 1988. Later compressed to noob and leet speak N00B.
There you go. Obviously, I've heard noob before, so. This one I always found funny. Tubular. I'm sorry, I'm not that guy. I was not that kid in the 80s that used all these things. And of course, we all cringed when adults said it, so yeah.
Tubular. Excellent, cool, fantastic. From surfing, where a tube is the hollow barrel of a wave, the best possible position. Valley Girls adopted it wholesale.
I've also never heard the term Valley Girls. I mean, I've heard that term, but I've never heard it talk in definition. Unfortunately, it's not on here. Originally, it was actually late 70s. So that one's kind of cool. Mondo, this one, I don't think I've ever used it.
Mondo. Very, extremely, used as an intensifier. That was Mondo weird. From Italian World via exploitation film titles, Mondo Cane, 1962, adopted into California teen speak.
Yeah. Once again, I don't think I've ever used this. Bag job. I've used this. I've never used it in this way. I've never called it a bag job, but I've used the definition. Not saying I've been in a bag job situation. So, yeah.
Bag job. A sexual act performed by an unattractive person who the other party would only sleep with if they wore a bag over their head. Cruel 1980s slang reflecting the era's blunt attitude about looks.
Yeah, there you go. Once again, when I was a kid in the 90s, we used to say that. They're like, I wouldn't sleep with her if she put a bag over her head, or she's a double bagger. You know, as in you have to put a bag on her head and then put one on yours in case hers falls off. That I've used. Of course, I was a dumb kid, so have it with you. Skeevy. Skeevy, I'm not going to lie, I've used this, so.
Skeevy. Sleazy, disgusting, morally objectionable in a skin-crawling way. Possibly from Italian schifo, disgust, via Italian-American communities. Still in moderate use.
Is it really still in moderate use? I don't think I've ever used it, but it's actually originally in New York area. I found that interesting. Take a chill pill. So the definition of this, we all know what it means. It's basically calm down, but why it's called taking a chill pill is interesting.
Take a chill pill. Relax, calm down. Originated on college campuses in the early 1980s. May reference ADHD medication, may reference anti-anxiety medication. Wildly overused until approximately 1997.
Which is interesting because I was on ADHD medicine. So, and I've never heard it as a chill pill, but I guess it checks out. Handle. This one, I'm going to say this one is actually pre-80s. I was originally going to do 70s, but I chose not to. But handle, of course.
Handle. An alias or screen name. Originally CB radio slang, what's your handle? It migrated to early computer bulletin boards and BBS culture, eventually becoming the default word for online usernames.
Yeah, so, yeah, and, you know, the CB handle thing, the CBs were huge in the 70s. So. BBS, this is different.
BBS. Bulletin board system. Pre-internet online communities accessed via modem. Used as shorthand for the whole culture of early online interaction. The ancestor of forums and social media.
There it goes. Chasing the Dragon. I didn't realize, I mean, I knew what it was, but once again, not a drug guy, so the origins of it I found interesting.
Chasing the dragon. Inhaling heroin or opium vapors by heating the drug on foil and following the liquid trail with a tube. The dragon is the curling smoke. Also used metaphorically for endlessly pursuing a past high.
There it is. You know, I've heard the term. I didn't realize that's what it was. I mean, I've seen it in movies and stuff, but there you go. Macking. This is, I love this one. This one cracks me up.
Macking. Aggressively flirting or pursuing someone sexually. From mac, a pimp or smooth operator. To mac on someone meant to hit on them with confident, practiced charm.
Yeah. I have been known to mac in my day, so to speak. Zoned.
Zoned. Short for friend-zoned before friend-zone was coined. Informal way of saying someone put you in a platonic category. The term preceded the manosphere formalization of this concept.
Yeah, I mean, the whole friend zone thing. Yeah, don't get me started. But I didn't think it was called zoned. I mean, whatever. But we've all heard friend zoned. Going postal. If you don't know this, you definitely weren't alive in the 80s.
Going postal. To suddenly snap and become violently enraged. stems from a string of U.S. post office workplace shootings in the mid-1980s. The phrase entered general use to mean any explosive meltdown.
Yeah, the whole going postal thing was huge. I don't know what it was in the 80s, but postal workers lose their shit. Next one is dusting. There's another drug term. This is the last one from the 80s, by the way. But yeah, here we go.
Dusting. Mixing cocaine or PCP with another substance, tobacco, marijuana, and smoking it. The dust refers to the powdered drug sprinkled in. PCP itself was sometimes called dust.
There it is. I never heard of dusting. I've heard of the whole PCP thing because I did see the movie Friday. I love that movie. 1990s. So we're getting into when I started becoming a teenager and stuff. So all that in a bag of chips. Once again, a classic.
All that and a bag of chips. Something or someone who is outstanding, more than enough, the complete package. Extremely common in early to mid-1990s teen vernacular. Now a reliable punchline.
It has become kind of a punchline. I get that. But yeah, you're not all that in a bag of potato chips. That's funny to me. Fat, P-H-A-T.
Fat. Excellent, attractive, well executed. Acronym backronymed as pretty hot and tempting but likely just a respelling of fat, meaning rich / good, from earlier black slang. Overused to death by 2001.
That is the understatement of the year. I'm sorry, but overused? God, everybody said it. It was annoying. But yeah, it's nostalgia as hell. Next one is Da Bomb. They actually have a hot sauce now called Da Bomb, which I found funny.
The bomb. The absolute best, something or someone that is explosively good. That pizza is the bomb. 1990s teen staple that few survived into the 2000s.
Yeah, 2000s. Da Bomb. But yeah, I mean, they have that hot sauces like Da Bomb Beyond Insanity or something like that. Talk to the Hand. This one, if you've seen a movie from 95 on, it was in there. 95 to 2002, sorry. But yeah, I mean, one of them teen movies, 100% in there.
Talk to the Hand. A dismissive gesture of refusal to listen, accompanied by raising a palm. Full form, talk to the hand cause the face ain't listening.
Talk to the hand.
Rapid rise, rapid death.
Yeah, it
around
did.
1997.
Sorry. Yeah, it did. It came in quick and it was out of there before you knew it. And next thing you know, it was old. Some slang terms do that. And there's a couple more like that on here. Special K. Obviously, I think this is another ketamine thing.
Special K. Ketamine in rave culture. The 1990s evolution of vitamin K, the name shift tracked the drug moving from underground clubs into full mainstream rave scenes. Famous for causing the K-hole.
The K-hole. I don't even know what that is. I think it's on here. But, yeah. I don't understand the concept of drugs. There it is, K-hole. So that next one is K-hole. There you go.
K-hole. A state of intense ketamine dissociation where the user becomes completely detached from their body and surroundings. Described as an out-of-body or near-death experience. Feared and sought in equal measure.
Yeah, so the whole out-of-body experience thing, I would lose my mind. Not in a good way. ASL. I mean, if you were in any chat room from 94 to 2004, you know what this is, but we got to do the definition just because it's hilarious. But yeah, ASL, it was a big one.
A /S//L. H//sex/location, the standard opening gambit in AOL chat rooms and early IRC. The first ritual of online socializing. Answering wrong could get you blocked or lead somewhere very weird.
That oddly true. I mean, ASL, obviously age, sex, location. It was, you couldn't see people. You couldn't use your voice. You had to type. So the first thing you do when you pop into a chat room or start talking to somebody, you ask ASL, what's your age? If they say under 18, you might as well just log off now. You want to know where they are. And, most time you don't want to talk to the same sex. You're looking for the opposite sex. So I get it. Lurker. There are lurkers everywhere. So.
Lurker. Someone who reads online forums, chat rooms, or communities without ever posting. Lurking was considered almost suspicious in early internet culture, where participation was expected.
Yeah, so we nowadays we have TikTok lurkers. And there's nothing wrong with it. I get it. TikTok lurkers, they don't comment, they don't post, they just watch. And I get it. And I'm a victim of that myself. I don't always like to post, and I almost never comment. If I comment, it's what I got to say is really funny or weird. Troll. God, trolls. I should be under a bridge somewhere.
Troll. Someone who posts inflammatory, off-topic, or provocative content to upset others and disrupt discussion. Originally from trolling for fish, baiting a reaction. Now a defining internet archetype.
The trolling for fish thing, that's a new one to me. I get the concept, my dad's a fisherman. So I get that, but I didn't realize that's what troll came from. I thought it was, ugly under the bridge troll kind of thing. So my bad. Flaming war or flame war. So this one I did not know. I kind of know, but I didn't, that kind of thing. Here's the definition.
Flame war. A hostile, escalating argument in an online forum where insults overtake any original topic. Flaming someone meant posting viciously critical or insulting messages.
Once again, it's basically the same thing as a troll, but it's just pwned. The next one is pwned. It's funny how a slang word will start because of a misspelling. So here we go.
Pwned. To decisively defeat or humiliate someone, especially in a game. A typo of owned that became intentional. Widely used in gaming and hacking culture. Also spelled 0WNED in leak speak.
Yeah, and for those who don't know leak speak, that is the next one. This is the definition of this. I don't think I've ever used leak speak. But it just sounds like it's complicated. So
LeetSpeak /1337. A system of substituting numbers and symbols for letters. 3 equals E, 1 equals L, 0 equals O, 4 equals O. Used initially by hackers to evade text filters, then adopted as ironic insider speak. 1337 means leet, which means elite.
Yeah, so that one I did not know. We've all done that. Oh, let's do coded message in class. 1 is A, 2 is B. So on and so. It's that very similar. Which numbers add up to what, or on LeakSpeak is I'm oblivious to, but I get it. It kind of makes sense. It was a hacker thing. The next one is Scrub. Of course, TLC. Love them bitches.
Scrub. A broke, lazy, unattractive man who has nothing going for him. TLC's 1999 song No Scrubs locked the definition in permanently. A guy who can't get no love because he brings nothing to the table.
There it is. We don't want no scrubs. Netflix and chill. I mean, if you dated in the 2000s, you knew what this meant.
Netflix and chill. An invitation to have sex disguised as a casual movie-watching hangout. The phrase existed innocently in the early Netflix era but became a euphemism by 2014-2015.
So yeah, I've never asked somebody to Netflix and chill, but I have Netflixed and chill. Does that make sense? Booty call is the next one. Who hasn't done this? I mean, let's be real.
Booty call. A late-night phone call or message to arrange a casual sexual encounter with no emotional strings attached. The term is now so mainstream it appears in academic papers on hookup culture.
I find that interesting that there are actually academic papers on hookup culture, but they even made a movie called Booty Call. It's hilarious if you get a chance to see it. Hookup is the next one from 1995, and it's still used today because it's become a culture. Don't even get me started, but here we go.
Hook up. To engage in casual sexual activity, though deliberately vague, it can mean anything from kissing to intercourse. The ambiguity is a feature, not a bug.
There it is. Yeah, it's hookup culture. It's eat up or rolling. This is another drug culture thing. I don't know why I added these because I'm not a drug guy, but the education is interesting.
ED up / rolling. Being high on MDMA / ecstasy. Rolling describes the wave-like euphoria. ED up is more blunt. Call rave vocabulary.
Yeah, I've never did the whole rave thing, so I don't get it, but okay. Wanksta. Okay, so this one kind of threw me for a loop. I instantly know what it meant, but I did not know the origin of the definition. So here we go.
Wankster. A fake gangster, someone who pretends to be hardcore but is actually soft. Blend of wanker and gangster. 50 Cent popularized it with a 2002 song of the same name.
Which reminds me, I need to listen to that song because I don't think I've ever heard it. IRL. And if you're watching this, we're not IRL. Sorry, I'm stupid.
IRL. In real life, used to distinguish offline existence from online identity. In early internet culture, the IRL / online divide was a genuine existential question for users.
And I'm sorry, it still is, because, you know, you got people that never leave mom and dad's basement to go outside. But, you know, if I'm talking to somebody online, I'd be like, hey, we can meet IRL and, you know, we'll go see a movie or something, go touch grass. Spam. If you don't know what spam is, you've had an email since 1993, you should, but yeah.
Spam. Unsolicited, repetitive, or irrelevant mass messages. Named after the Monty Python sketch where the word is shouted endlessly. First applied to Usenet flooding approximately 1993.
So yeah, the Monty Python sketch. I need to find that because I'm here for it. I love me some Monty Python. I didn't know it came from a Monty Python sketch, but I do like the spam meat, I guess. Playa is the next one, 95 to 2005. I'm sorry, I have to make a correction on here. Once I figure out how, it's still used. I'm sorry, it's not dead.
Player. Someone who dates multiple people simultaneously while deceiving each into thinking they're exclusive. A player was the AAVE form. Both carry a dual connotation, admiration and condemnation. And
yes, guilty as charged. No, I will not be sentenced. Slam piece is the next one, 97, 2008. I've never used this. I've never heard this. I've heard of a side piece, but a slam piece, no.
Slam piece. A regular sexual partner with no emotional attachment, a purely physical arrangement. More vulgar and objectifying than friends with benefits, implying the person is valued only for sex.
And yes, I am open for that. I'm here for it. Freaky, sorry. Freaky, another sex term. This one's a lot darker than I thought it was originally. So, yeah.
Freaky. Sexually adventurous or kinky. To get freaky meant to have uninhibited sex. The word existed earlier for weird, but its sexual meaning dominated in 1990s R&B and hip-hop.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I think it's kind of lost its meaning because kinky sex it gets way kinkier than just freaky. So, yeah. Docs are doxing. I mean, seriously, who hasn't been doxed in celebrity culture?
Dox/doxx. To publicly reveal private personal information, home address, phone, employer, about someone online, usually to enable harassment. Short for documents. A fundamental weapon of online mob culture.
See, you learn something new every day. I didn't realize it was short for documents. I mean, maybe because I'm dumb, but yeah. Wigger. I mean, if you've ever seen Pretty Fly for a White Guy video, you got the definition. But yeah, here we go.
Wigger. A white person who adopts black cultural mannerisms, speech, and dress from hip-hop. Considered offensive but widely used in the 1990s. The 4chan /internet equivalent was weeaboo for Japanese culture.
The weeaboo thing, that one I don't know. So yeah, there's that. But next one is represent. Sorry, I gotta say it that way.
Represent. To proudly display loyalty to a place, group, or identity. Represent was a rallying call in hip-hop culture, showing you stood for something. Largely ironic in modern usage.
There it is. Yeah, it's still used because this one here.
Griefer.
Griefer.
A player in an online game who deliberately harasses, sabotages, or ruins the experience of other players for their own amusement. One of the oldest archetypes of online toxicity.
I always thought that was a troll, but yeah, griefer. That's a new one. Nasty. This is a sex thing, so take it as you have it.
Nasty. Sexually explicit, kinky, or provocative. Getting nasty was a 1990s euphemism for explicit sexual activity. Janet Jackson's Nasty, 1986, began shifting the word. 1990s R&B completed the transformation.
Yeah, there's a couple of songs dedicated to nasty. And I'm here for it. 100%. Props. Give me props for making this. I'm still impressed with myself.
Props. Proper respect or recognition given to someone. Mad props meant significant credit. From propers equals proper recognition. A 1990s hip-hop staple that survived well into the 2000s.
There it is. And I would debate that people still use that word. Catfish. I mean, let's be honest.
Catfish. To deceive someone by creating a false online identity, typically for romantic manipulation. The term exploded after the 2010 documentary of the same name, though the practice began in 1990s chat rooms.
And it's actually older than that. The term catfish is like if you have koi and you want to keep them vibrant and moving, they'll literally just sit there all day if you let them. But you put a catfish in and they nip at them and keep them moving. That's what a catfish is. Thought. This is still used. Maybe not as much, but yeah.
Thought. Acronym, that hoe over there. A derogatory term for a promiscuous woman. Originated in Chicago hip-hop scenes, went viral on social media 2012-2014. Widely considered misogynistic.
It is, but I did not realize thought, T-H-O-T, meant that hoe over there. maybe I'm dumb, but didn't put the two and two together. But I mean, it's right up there with fat, pretty hot, and tempting. So yeah. Simp. Now this is still used today. It's very popular on TikTok.
Simp. A man who is excessively submissive to a woman, especially one who gives her attention and resources without any romantic return. Originated in hip-hop. Exploded on TikTok and Twitter circa 2019-2020.
There it is. Let's go ahead and scroll through these fast.
HYPHY. A Bay Area hip-hop subculture celebrating hyperactivity, reckless behavior, and going dumb, being so high and amped up that you lose inhibition. Its own slang ecosystem of ghost riding, scraper bikes, and getting stupid.
Getting stupid. Yeah, that's a drug thing. Once again, GG, or good game.
GG, good game. Originally a sincere sportsmanship gesture in early multiplayer games, 1994. Evolved into sarcasm, saying GG when something goes wrong, or as a way to signal a situation is hopeless. GG no re-meant good game, don't bother rematching.
The GG thing I've never done. I'm not a big online gamer guy, so I get it. Next one is, we're going into the 2000s. This is the definition of Weibo. This is the Japanese version of a wigger, I guess.
Weeaboo. A non-Japanese person, usually Western, obsessed with Japanese culture to an embarrassing degree, especially anime. Originally a nonsense word from a 4chan word filter replacing Waypanese. The filter became the insult.
Haha. So it's basically Waypanese was white Japanese person. Haha. I didn't catch that. New fag, old fag. Not what I thought it meant. So, yeah. Education time.
New fug /old fug. 4chan terms. A new fug is a new user unfamiliar with the culture. An old fug has been around long enough to be seen as a veteran. Fag as suffix meant nothing sexual on 4chan. It was applied to everything. Name fug, trip fug, etc.
Yeah, so, yeah. And then, of course, to go along with it, you have same fag. I think it stands for fragment. So, don't dox. See what I did there?
Same fug. Someone on an anonymous image board pretending to be multiple people in the same thread to fake consensus or create artificial controversy. Calling someone a same fug was accusing them of sock puppeting.
Yeah, so like if you have, as I'm streaming now, if I open up another one and started commenting on my own stuff, that would be the same thing. So TLDR or TL, is that a semicolon? DR? Sorry, I don't know.
TLDR /TLDR. Too long, didn't read. Used to dismiss long posts or provide a summary of one's own long post. Has since become a standard format where someone provides a long argument followed by TLDR, one sentence summary, dot.
Yeah, so if you've ever gotten those books in text form or those emails, Brett, if you're listening, that it's just too long. I'm not going to read it. So TLDR. Sorry. Rickroll. I mean, who doesn't know what a Rickroll is? I mean, that shit still goes on. But it was really popular in 2007 and 2012. So here we go.
Rickroll. A bait and switch prank where a hyperlink that promises relevant content leads instead to Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. An early internet meme that achieved genuine cultural staying power and ironic revival.
So the video itself was from 87, but apparently Rick Astley thinks it's hilarious. Good for him. LMAO or ROFL.
LMAO /Raffle. Laughing my ass off and rolling on the floor laughing. A mirror acronyms that expanded beyond LOL, 1993, to express escalating amusement. Raffel combined both for maximum theoretical hilarity.
Yeah. I've never used ROFL, but I have used LMAO. So, sue me. Emo. Yeah, we love our emo kids. Emos, how you doing?
Emo. Short for emotional hardcore, a music genre that became a youth identity marked by black hair, tight jeans, heavy eyeliner, and public emotional vulnerability. Being emo was both a genuine subculture and a constant punchline.
There's nothing wrong with it's not a phase, Dad. Sorry. Scene Kid. So Scene Kid is basically the opposite of an emo.
Scene Kid. A youth subculture adjacent to emo but
Sorry,
more
Jason.
colorful and aggressive. Teased neon hair, band tees, studded belts, and heavy MySpace use. Scene Kids were emo's maximalist, party-oriented cousins.
Sorry. Yes, I had a MySpace page. I love the MySpace reference. I think that's hilarious. YOLO.
YOLO. You only live once.
Sorry, Liv.
Used to justify impulsive or reckless behavior. Drake's 2011 song The Motto launched it into the mainstream. Peak usage 2012-2013, now used only ironically.
Yeah, it's not used seriously anymore. I mean, I've seen YOLO license plates, but that's good. Give me a break. Noob. This is a leet variant.
N00B, leet variant. The leet speak variant of noob, a worse insult than newbie because it implies permanent incompetence, not just inexperience. You're not a newbie, you're an N00B was a meaningful distinction in gaming culture.
And of course, the next one is copy paste. The definition on this is weird, so bear with me. It doesn't really make sense to me, but we know what copy paste means.
Copy pasta. A block
It's
of
paste,
text
not pasta,
repeatedly
but
copied and pasted across the internet, often as a joke, meme, or form of spam. From copy-paste. The Navy SEAL copy pasta and Navy SEAL what the fuck did you just say are canonical examples.
That's like the worst example ever. It didn't make sense, but whatever. Image macro. This one I did not know. I know of them, but I did not know that's what they were called.
Image macro. An image overlaid with text, the structural building block of internet memes. Perfected and popularized on 4chan in the early 2000s. Every LOL goddamn motivational poster and advice animal is an image macro.
And I'm sorry, I love a demotivational poster. I think they're the funniest thing ever. I think my Facebook page has like 600 of them. I think they're the funniest things ever. DTF. The definition of this is kind of self-explanatory, but it is a sex subculture thing from 2005, 2015. I would definitely say it's still used, but more in, to yourself. I don't think I would use it in public.
DTF. Down to fuck, willing to have casual sex. Jersey Shore and The Situation made this a household acronym in 2009-2010, though it circulated in hookup culture years earlier.
And I'm sorry. Yes, I was a Jersey Shore nerd, mainly because my ex-wife, but I don't want to be known for that. Sorry. Sexting. Who hasn't? I have.
Sexting. Sending sexually explicit messages, images, or videos via mobile phone. The portmanteau of sex and texting was coined approximately 2005 as camera phones made image sharing trivial.
There it is. Yeah, sexting is no longer a thing, sadly, because you can just stream back and forth. Video chat, baby. Yeah. Stan!
Stan. An obsessive, overzealous fan, especially of a celebrity. A portmanteau of stalker and fan influenced by Eminem's 2000 song Stan about a fan who murders his girlfriend. The word has softened into a verb, I stan.
I did not realize that it was two words put together. I just thought it was named after I didn't realize it was a thing. I definitely heard the song. I mean, shit. Disu.
Disu. A Japanese copula is /m/r. Spam posted obsessively on 4chan s/b/board, associated with the anime character Suizaisuke. Posting Desu thousands of times in a thread was peak early 4chan absurdist behavior.
Yeah, see, I've never been on 4chan unless some link sent me there. So, yeah. Gore thread.
Gore thread. A thread on image boards, primarily 4chan /b/, dedicated to graphic, violent, or death imagery. Part of the culture of desensitization and shock-seeking that defined early 4chan. Illegal content was frequently mixed in.
Yeah, it was just another reason why I never went on 4chan. Let's be honest. LOL cow. I've never heard this one, so I had to, thankfully I had the definition.
Lolcow. An internet personality whose dramatic, erratic, or absurd behavior makes them a reliable source of entertainment and mockery. You milk a lolcow for laughs. Entire websites, lolcow.farm, Kiwi Farms, were built around this concept.
I did not know that. So technically, me and this YouTube channel and podcast. So a meme, if you don't know what a meme is, where the hell you been?
Meme. A unit of cultural information that spreads by repetition and variation. Coined by Richard Dawkins in 1976, the selfish gene, it was adopted in early internet culture for viral jokes, images, and catchphrases. The modern meaning now almost entirely refers to internet humor formats.
Yeah, if you haven't said the meme, where have you been? Maybe my mom hasn't, but the woman's in her 70s. What are you going to do? Bromance. If you've ever seen Scrubs.
Bromance. An intensely close non-sexual friendship between two men. Coined around 2001 in skateboarding magazine Blunt, then exploded via Judd Apatow films. Mainstream by 2008.
And then it's still a thing. Side piece. Now this is basically a slam piece. Same thing.
Side piece. A secret romantic or sexual partner maintained outside a committed relationship, an affair partner. More specifically refers to the affair partner rather than the person having the affair.
And yes, I am open to be a side piece. Cuffing season. This one I didn't even know this was a thing, but I'm here for it.
Cuffing season. The period in autumn and winter, roughly October-February, when single people seek committed relationships specifically to have a partner through the cold months. Implies the relationship is seasonal and may not survive spring.
I always thought that was just hooking up for short periods, but whatever. For the win.
For the win, FTW. Used to enthusiastically endorse something as superior or winning. Pizza FTW. Originated in online role-playing games around 2000. Traces conceptually to 1970s game show host exclamations.
Yeah, I did not know that. I've heard For the Win, but I didn't realize it was in the 70s. Raid. This, don't even get me started.
Raid. A coordinated attack by a group of internet users on another website, stream, or community, flooding it with spam, harassment, or shock content. 4chan's raids on Habbo Hotel, 2006, and other targets were early examples.
Yeah, and facepalm.
Facepalm. To bury one's face in one's palm in exasperation or embarrassment at someone else's stupidity. Popularized as an internet reaction image, notably Captain Pickard doing it.
And of course, yeah. Butterface. Now, don't get me started, but we all know a butterface.
Butterface. A person with an attractive body but an unattractive face. Phrased as everything is hot but her face. A cruel, dehumanizing term popular in 2000s lad culture and radio humor.
And I'm sorry, it says 2012 is when it died out, but it's still around. I saw one today. Just saying. Cougar.
Cougar. An older woman who pursues younger men romantically or sexually. The term spread via early 2000s reality TV and newspapers. Carries mixed connotations, empowered or predatory depending on context.
Yeah, I mean, they did that show, Cougar Town. There was not a single cougar in there that was an animal. I'm just saying. Fail.
Fail. A spectacular mistake or embarrassing outcome. Fail, often in image macro format, became a way to document and mock public blunders. Epic fail was reserved for truly catastrophic screw-ups. From Japanese game show culture and internet adoption.
Yeah. This next one, shipping. This one, I didn't know there was a term for this, but the most famous of this, I'll reveal after this.
Shipping. Wanting two fictional characters, or real people, to be in a romantic relationship, regardless of whether they are. From relationship. Fans ship characters obsessively, writing fan fiction and making art. Portmanteaus of characters' names form ship names, for example, Destiel.
Yeah, so lately the biggest one has been Jenna Ortega and Emma Myers. The internet is like obsessed with those two actually dating. It's a possibility. I'm just saying. I'm here for it. They're both cute.
Edgy. Content or behavior that deliberately pushes against taboos, dark humor, offensive jokes, provocative opinions, usually to seem daring or transgressive. In internet culture, edgy became both an aspiration and a critique of try-hard transgression.
Yeah, that's once again describing this show most days. Triggering. I'm triggered today, but whatever.
Triggered. Originally a clinical term for a trauma response. Weaponized by internet culture, particularly 4chan and alt-right communities, to mock anyone expressing emotional distress online. The meme format included shaking images and aggressive irony.
Yeah. And of course, e-boy and e-girl. I didn't realize these were terms.
E-girl/e-boy. An internet personality characterized by anime aesthetics, heavy makeup, alternative fashion, chains, striped shirts, dark dyed hair, and an aggressively online identity. E-girls often cultivated large followings on Twitch and TikTok with a flirtatious but ironic persona.
I guess I have seen those. I just didn't know that was a term. Cringe. I'm cringe today.
Cringe. Something or someone embarrassingly awkward, trying too hard, or socially oblivious. Originally a verb, I cringed, became an adjective and a noun. Cringe content on early YouTube became its own genre.
Yeah. Cringe culture. Let me get IRL shipping. This is an extension, I guess.
Or shipping. When fan communities begin shipping real-life celebrities or public figures together as couples, regardless of their actual relationship status. Often involves invasive speculation and harassment of the people involved.
Yeah, I think that's what Ortega and Emma Myers are going through. People just want those two together. Thirst trap. Guilty.
Thirst trap. A provocative or sexually suggestive social media post designed to attract attention and admiration. Posting a thirst trap is a calculated bid for compliments. The thirst belongs to the viewers.
I mean, facts. Ghosting. If you haven't been ghosted, something's wrong with you.
Ghosting. Abruptly ending all contact with a romantic partner or date without explanation, simply disappearing. Enabled by smartphones and dating apps, where blocking someone is effortless. Now a formal concept studied in academic relationship psychology.
Yeah, ghosting is ghost somebody, you're an ass. I mean, just if you don't want to talk to them anymore, tell them. Don't be a dick. Based.
Based. Holding unpopular or unconventional opinions without apology, confidently authentic. Originally a Lil B, the based God concept describing someone who ignores social judgment. Adopted by 4chan and later the broader internet as validation for controversial takes. Deathmixing. An extreme, dark incel community term for suicide or self-destruction as the ultimate cope for an incel who sees no future. One of the most disturbing terms in incel vocabulary, tied to genuine self-harm risk.
That one's just creepy. I'm sorry. It's extremely dark. The last one we're going to do is shill. There are 50 more, but we're going to save those for another time. Of course, I'm going to throw up the link where you can actually find this list and play with it, play with your friends, the whole 9 yards. But here's shill.
Shill. Someone paid or incentivized to promote a product, person, or idea while disguising their promotion as genuine opinion. Internet communities use it aggressively. Anyone who defends a criticized thing may be accused of being a shill.
There it is. Like I said, it goes into the 2010s all the way down through. However, I do want to play Chad and Stacy and Becky. These are terms I know. We all know what a Chad is. You know, your gym bros, here we go.
Chad. The hypermasculine ideal male in incel hierarchy, extremely attractive, sexually successful, socially dominant. Originally a pejorative used by incels for men who effortlessly get what they want. Later reclaimed as sincere admiration.
And then Stacy.
Stacy. The female counterpart to Chad, an extremely attractive, socially successful woman who only pursues Chads and is unattainable to incels. Used derogatorily to describe women seen as shallow and hypergamous.
And then, of course, Becky is kind of like mid-tier.
Becky. An average-looking woman in the incel hierarchy, below Stacy, attainable by normies. Also used more broadly as a derisive term for an oblivious, entitled white woman. Both uses coexist independently.
And then the final one I'm going to do, only because I found it funny that it popped up on here when I did my search, is all the way down at the bottom. And I just, oh yeah, because that was the 2010s. We got to go in the 2020s. There are, how many? 45 here in the 2020s. We're going to play one from the 2020s, only because I thought it was funny that it was on here. And it is, wow, all the way down at the bottom. There it is. Hawktua.
Spit forward / hawktua. A onomatopoeia for spitting during oral sex, coined by Haley Welsh in a 2024 viral street interview. Hawktua became one of the most rapidly spread internet catchphrases, spawning merchandise, a podcast, and cryptocurrency disaster.
Yeah, so it's an onomatopoeia, by the way. I don't know why the AI can't say an onomatopoeia, but okay. So, yeah, that's the game, or the trivia, so to speak. Of course, it's on our website, FCA Service and Counseling, or FCAservices.com/podcast. And, of course, there's links to our Spotify, our YouTube, and our Twitch, where you can watch us. And, of course, is that the first episode? Look at that. First episode's on there. So, yeah, go ahead and check it out when you can. Let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen. And yeah, there it is. I'm back. So, thanks for everybody watching. Thanks for everybody listening. Next time, we're going to, if everybody can show up like they're supposed to, we're going to do reaction show where we go ahead and react to videos, and we might do another trivia night that people actually show up for, because, you know, it's twice a week. It's not that hard. Anyways, thanks for everybody listening. Thanks for everybody watching. As always, stay dangerous, my friends.